Good morning. Welcome to Crypto Corner. I'm Greg Harriman, your host. Excited to be here. Excited to see some green in the market. Excited to see that some of the things that we have been talking about for a couple of weeks with like Adam and a few others are starting to come true. We'll be looking at taking some profits and then looking to re-put that profit back in because we think that this is a temporary piece of the market and it will probably go back down. So let's jump in here and see what we have. So as you can see, I put green arrows here on the things that are going up. Almost everything is up. And yet, if you look over on the right hand side, not everything is a buy. So the reasons for each, and we'll get into them as we go. We'll start here with Dot, and Dot is still a buy, but it's because it's at 418 and our buy range was $4 to $6. It actually went below that, right? And so now we're looking at maybe selling off some Dot at 450 or something like that. But right now we're still buying Dot. We bought Dot this week. We buy on Mondays as a general rule. Onto Atom. Atom is way up, which is really nice. It's at 739. It got as high as you can see on the chart at 750. We went ahead and sold at 750, and we took those profits and we're going to reinvest them into the next round. We believe this will go back down to around $7, so we'll be picking up about 10%, 8% of more coins because that we're actually selling. The rest we staked and we'll just let it ride and we'll have that from that lower rate, which is exactly what we're looking for in the bull run. Again, the range is $8 to $10, and we're even though we're under that, we believe that it's still going down, and we're only selling off, about 10 to 15% of our what we just made as extra. So we still have those coins down below, uh, which is really we think is great. Into Matic. A couple things about Matic. It's lower on our list now. We don't feel like we've seen enough action from it to really warrant putting a lot more money into it at the moment. If it goes down, we think it's a great buy. One bit of news on Matic is that it'll be rebranding itself and will be called POL. When that becomes official, we'll put it in here as POL. We'll let you know so that you can, and what you should see is your coins get converted over and the rest. Okay, so again, right now it's not a buy for us, and they do have that change coming. Solana, as Bitcoin is going up, Solana goes up, and so Solana is in a nice range. If you had bought it before, we did not buy it. We did not want to buy it. We had bought it way back at 16 and sold at 26, and we haven't bought it since. We still think this will visit lower levels, so we're holding off on that, and then we would be buying aggressively at 13 to 14. Uh, Last week or the week before, we introduced you to QNT. We feel like right now is a great buy. We've listed it out as 85 to 94, and we're at about 91 right now. We did pick up some. Matter of fact, we didn't buy Atom this week because it was at a higher range. We bought more QNT, and we feel like that's going to be, the one of the things for the future. And it puts it our money in our buckets. So when we remember our buckets, we want to make sure what we have uh, in there. And so like, and I'll update this for you guys, but the bottom line is QNT is we're putting in the same boat as Atom, Soul, and the rest of Bitcoin and ETH. We think it's going to be strong in the next bull run. We think that buying at 90ish, it's again has a chance to go to um, you know let's see what we had here. Sorry. We're thinking it's going from 135 150, so it's a 50% up coin, but a really safe coin. So again, we might not get everything we want out of it, or we might get more because it's going to follow Bitcoin, but it's a nice safe coin, and that's really what we're after as part of our philosophy. First, it's not financial advice, but part of our philosophy is that we're safe, secure in what we're investing in, and on top of that, we have a great chance of being able to sleep at night because we're not watching and listening to bings on our phone when things are going up and down. Right now they're going up, so who minds that? No one, right? But a lot of times it's the wild west, right? And we talk about that a lot. And there's rattlesnakes around every corner. So right now, with all of this going up, everyone's getting euphoric. We're selling because we feel like it's not going to stay. And then we'll buy back in when it goes back down. And then eventually we will have Green Day after Green Day after Green Day. And that'll be obviously a lot of fun. Getting back to our chart, make sure that your proportions are correct. As you take your atom, if you decide to sell it, you will have more in your overall pie now. So a little bit more can go into some of these other coins that you may want to get into that are like the VRA or some of that where it's that 5%, but that 5% is growing, and that's where you have the largest number that we think you could get a 10x or a 15 or 20x on some of those. So, but you could lose all your money too. So that's why we just safe and secure is really all we're after. Um, why do we invest in certain systems? Here is the Polkadot ecosystem. So if you were to look at ETH and you were to look at Bitcoin, they're the highway that gets you to Polkadot. Once you're at Polkadot, you're at a mall. So the highway brings you to the mall. The mall is Polkadot. Polkadot within it has all of these stores and all of the different, you'll see the yellow highlights for lending and Launchpad and Oracle and Dex and Bridge. Within each of that, you'll notice that there's a Polka something. So in Bridge, there's a Polka Bridge. In Dex, there's a Polka EX. Those are the operating systems within Polkadot. That's their own system. All of these other systems are just something that's on the Polkadot ecosystem that's running. So Polkadot gets money every time some of these get used, and that's where Polkadot we feel is safe. It's the mall versus than just the store within the mall. Store within the mall, the beauty of it is you don't own the whole mall and it's you don't have all that expense, but you do have your own expense. And if you go out of business, the mall's still there. So that's just kind of how we look at that. The so really when we look at the where are we? We're in the depression phase. Remember, it's going to go up, it's going to come back, it's going to go up, and it's going to come back for the next probably 3 months. Then we're going to start going into the bull run, we think. Again, time will tell, but we certainly think so. And at that point, a lot of the groundwork that we've laid is going to be in really good shape. So far, Adam and Dot have played out kind of the way we said. We're taking some of our profits and we're going to because we think it's going to go down. This is the second time that we've done this with Adam, where it's gone up. We sold off 10 to 20%, came back, we bought that 10 to 20%. Now we're selling that again. We think it'll come back, we'll buy again, and we might do that one more or two more times. We'll see. Um, the only other thing I really wanted to talk about today is make sure that you're taking profits if you feel like if you like you could even be taking profits and just putting that in the bank and saying, "Oh, I don't look, here's my crypto money and I'm a little worried." I if you if you bought Dot or you bought Atom and you moved up with it, right? And where it went from $7 or 6.90 all the way to 7.50 and you take that profit, it doesn't mean you have to dump it back into to Dot or into crypto. You could take out that little bit and you could say, "Look, I'm just starting to pay myself back, so eventually we buy house money." We have that house money and we buy whatever we're buying out of it. My particular favorite is I'm currently trying to buy one Bitcoin with what I call house money or other people's money. So every time I get a win, like you take out of Adam today, I'll take $10 or $5, whatever that amount will be, and I'll buy some Bitcoin. And everything that I'm buying on Bitcoin is someone else's money. And when I get to that one Bitcoin, that will be have been made with no uh, me putting my money in. And that's just kind of a fun game for me. So just food for thought for you guys. We will be doing more on, we've already shown you the circle and where to allocate to. Now, next time we can break that down a little bit more if you'd like. Leave me some comments, hit the like button, let me know how we're doing, and if you actually feel safe. A lot of people have written to me saying, "Hey, I feel pretty good about like where I am. I don't feel like I'm having to move so fast as crypto moves." So we're hoping that you guys like that you're enjoying what we're doing. And Greg Harriman, we will talk to you next time on Crypto Corner.